Hello and welcome. I'm Trip. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm working on the K24 FRS again, doing some track prep for this weekend. Today I'm installing a chase bays oil catch can. Well, since I'm prepping for a chase bays event at Polecat, might as well add some more parts to it. So yeah, so I picked up this guy. Pretty nice, pretty clean, simple unit. You can get different options of the ports. I got the port where I can add 2 lines instead of 1, and 1 outlet. It has a dipstick so I can check the fluid. It does have a mesh inside of it and a drain. And I believe it also unscrews. Haven't tried that yet. Came with a little mount. This is a universal unit, which means I gotta make it work on my car. Luckily I already have a catch can on the car, but it's kind of a cheap Amazon/eBay brand catch can, which it works, gets the job done, but I wanted something a little nicer. Catch cans aren't as important on NA engines, but it's still nice to have, still beneficial, except for if the car has a lot of miles. You can still get a lot of blow by. Also, this depends on the engine and what you're doing to it. Since this primarily uses a lot of track use, I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. I'm also doing like an overall bolt check and make sure everything's good, checking more oils, more fluids, painting my fangs. These guys, because they were starting to look a little rough. Very paint chipped, so we painted those guys. Installing on here should be fairly easy since I already have it set up for a catch can. I already have lines, which I made these lines for this setup, so the length, depending on where it lives, might be a little off. It's the only downside. Let's get rid of the old one. Now that the old one's out, I gotta figure out where this guy's gonna live. Of course, I'm kind of wanting it in this general area. See, options. I'm trying to look at what bolts I have. I have this guy to mount to, this guy, that one down there. There's some screws down there. Down there, there's one here where the ground is. Some of my options. This is the bracket it came with. I also have these guys. So I'm figuring to make something work. Hey, it took me a while, but I got it mounted. It's not the perfect spot, but it's probably the best thing I do with what I have. I could fabricate mounts and stuff, but I don't have time to do it. Something I might mess with later, but should be fine the way it is. I end up going to the bottom of the ABS mount with a long bolt, a long spacer in this L bracket, mounting to the thingy. Ideally, I would have liked it a little higher. That's why it was even lower before I put that spacer, but that's why I said I could probably mess with something later to get in a position where I like it. Unfortunately, this ABS kind of makes things difficult. Ideally, I think it would probably look better around here. So this is what I ended up using to mount it, is these little brackets. They are made for light bars, like light bars that go on top of your roof. Yeah, they're pretty inexpensive. You can get them like Amazon, eBay, and it's plenty strong for what it is. So I like to use these. I got the input lines in. Now I got to work on the output. The output is a breather. You can either run it to atmosphere, but Legally, you're supposed to run it back into your intake system, which I really don't feel like doing. My old one was just a breather style, just breathed into atmosphere. That's why it has a filter on it. So I'm going to do something similar. So I found this guy, this dash 10 that goes to this bong, and I bought a big filter. Pretty simple. Let's screw it on. Hey, that was quick and easy. Probably not the coolest looking thing in the world, but it does get the job done. If I wanted to, I can always make a additional line, inline, and put it, kind of hide it somewhere if I want it to look a little better. But yeah, and it feels pretty sturdy. I can still get to my dipstick. I can still get to the drain. Probably won't be the easiest thing, but I can still get to it. It's definitely easier than the old one. You can choose what type of fittings you want. Example, you can go from an AN fitting to a bulb style, so that way you can just put a hose, which is a lot easier way to do it. Because do I need that big AN line for this? No, I don't. It's definitely overkill, but it's looks. It's for looks. So if I wanted to, I could have ordered for the outside, I could have ordered a dash 10, the bulb, and just mounted the filter straight to the top of it. Probably would have looked a little better. Okay, now that that's done, I think I need to put my yellow teeth back in. Got my yellow teeth in. That's probably brush them. Look a little dirty. Definitely looks a lot better than it did. I had so many rock chips that it was mostly not yellow anymore. So I'm glad I did that. The last track of it I went to, I had to call it early. I think I only did like 2 sessions or something, if even that, because one of the bolts in the wheel subframe, I guess, came loose and ended up getting stripped out. So the subframe was knocking. Like, I wasn't sure what it was at first. I didn't want to risk it. I thought the rear end was, my rear diff was messing up, but it just ended up being the subframe bolt that was knocking back and forth. Didn't sound good at all. So I fixed that. Also, my secondary fuel pump, the switch wasn't working. It had come disconnected above the sending unit. That's probably my problem. So that was the easy fix. Because if I don't have the secondary fuel pump, if I wanted to lower even half a tank of fuel on some like hard left corners to cause stars of fuel, bogs really bad. So yeah, definitely need that. I'm glad that's fixed. I think since the last time this car's been in a video, I did add these guys. This is a higher filler neck. I tried to make it, these cars are always a pain in the ass to bleed, so I thought maybe that would help a little bit, and also looks cool. Cause I don't know, I didn't really like the way this area was looking with the old factory filler neck, and I also got a coolant reservoir, cause the same thing, I had like a cheapo eBay brand reservoir. Just plain black. It worked, did the job, but it just wasn't very pretty. But I think I'm gonna call it quit for the night. The car should be in good shape for this weekend. Like I said, I'm going back to Polecat, which is one of my favorite tracks. And yeah, I should get plenty of seat time. And can't wait. So that should be the next video. And after that, I have some parts coming in for the Drifty Boy. Maybe get some hydro action in there. Make it a little more fun. Yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the like button and other buttons. and I will see you next time. Peace.